54,900 euros. That is the show price for a compact luxury SUV that shares its design language with cars costing 3 times as much. And the question this walkaround answers is whether the cabin earns that figure or whether you are paying for a silhouette. The Eiger Grey Metallic on this Evoque does something most compact SUVs cannot. It makes the car look expensive from 40 feet away. The floating roof, the flush door handles, the tightly drawn LED signature. All of it reads as a higher price bracket. The black pack deletes the chrome and sharpens the profile. The lower body cladding stays unpainted, a deliberate choice to keep the Evoque looking rugged rather than precious. Whether the cabin lives up to the exterior is what the verdict settles. Step inside and the first thing that registers is restraint. The dashboard is flat, minimal, and that simplicity makes the 11.4-inch touchscreen feel deliberate rather than default. The grain DuoLeather in Ebony is soft where your hands land and supportive where your back presses. I have sat in Audi Q3 interiors that cost more and felt busier. The climate controls live inside the touchscreen, a trade Land Rover made for that clean dashboard. Adjusting fan speed takes 2 taps. Slower than a physical dial, but consistent with the design philosophy. The front cabin puts you higher than an X1 and lower than a Defender, exactly where an Evoque should seat you. The 12.3-inch driver display is crisp, the heated steering wheel falls naturally into your hands, and the panoramic sunroof floods the space with light. I noticed the instrument cluster hood protrudes just enough to catch your peripheral vision, a small thing that bothered me more than it should. The rear space and what the boot gives up for this PHEV battery is the part of this car that decides the verdict. Rear cabin space is where the Evoque makes its priorities clear. 2 adults fit comfortably. 3 will be shoulder to shoulder within minutes. The sloping roofline costs about 1.5 inches of headroom compared to the BMW X1, and if you are over 6 feet, you will notice. The rear bench folds 40-20-40, more versatile than the Q3 60-40 split. The Evoque chose style over maximum rear space, and if your shortlist includes an X1, this is the dimension where your priority decides. Saturday morning, 2 overnight bags, a stroller folded flat, a stop at the shops. 16.7 cubic feet handles that, but only just. The load lip is high. There is no underfloor storage because the battery lives beneath, and Land Rover measures volume to the roof, which flatters the number. Fold the seats and the usable space is closer to a Volvo XC40. Whether that trade matters depends on what the powertrain revealed. .265 horsepower from a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder paired with an electric motor on the rear axle. No driveshaft connects front to rear, and the 3-cylinder sounds coarser than the 2-liter 4 in the standard Evoque. In electric mode, the car is genuinely serene. Official range is around 34 miles, real world closer to 25, enough for a daily commute. Once the battery depletes, the refinement shifts, and you understand why the electric half defines this car. If you commute under 25 miles and charge at home, the P270e turns the Evoque into a quiet, refined daily that earns its premium over the X1 every morning. If you road trip regularly and rarely plug in, the standard petrol Evoque fits better. At 54,900 euros, roughly $59,900, this car is for the buyer who values walking up to something that looks and feels like a Range Rover more than the extra boot space a Q3 provides. Anyone paying the same money for an X1 is buying practicality. Anyone paying it here is buying presence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.